a movement framework that translates those ancient principles into real-world walking technique. In this video, I'll guide you through each of the 10 principles, one by one, and show you how they can transform your walk. By the end, you won't just understand these principles, you'll feel them in your body every time you take a step. Principle number 3, relax the waist. The waist is the commander. Relaxing it allows the whole body to move fluidly.
The guidance to relax the waist is reinforcing a couple of important principles in Tai Chi and in everyday movement. The first of those is emphasizing that the waist plays a primary role in movement. That is a very common Tai Chi recommendation, stating explicitly that all movement is guided by the waist and then powered by the legs. When many people talk about walking, even if you read about walking, almost all of the focus is on the legs, even though the waist muscles and how they move is what is creating the ability for us to walk. Without the movement of the waist, we aren't going to be able to move correctly. The second principle that it's reinforcing is that we don't move the waist by tightening it. How many times have you heard to contract the core or tighten your core when you are being instructed how to move or perform exercises? We see the exact opposite recommendation from Tai Chi. Relax the waist. The waist needs to be able to move freely and fluidly in order to guide our movements. If we tighten the abdominal muscles, it's contrary to be able to walk or do anything else in a very relaxed manner. We are only creating unnecessary tension by doing that. What we need to focus on instead of contracting the muscles is using the muscles to do what they are designed to do. I get this question on the walking code all the time, is how hard do I need to contract my waist muscles? And I respond that contraction is not the answer. The answer is the specific movement you're trying to do. One of those movements is rotating. So we want to turn either to the left or turn to the right. We don't have to tense the muscles to do that. We merely have to do the action we are trying to do using intention. I've given the example before of flexing the arm. The goal is not to contract the bicep muscle, tightening it to flex the arm. That doesn't do anything. To flex the arm, we have to have the intention to flex the arm. Then the muscle will shorten and the arm will shorten without creating unnecessary tension. It is the same with our waist muscles. They need to remain relaxed and do the movement that is required. When we are speaking of walking, that means we are rotating forward on the side of the leg where the heel is about to contact. And that brings the heel down and helps guide the body forward through the leg swing. And then we rotate forward from the opposite side to bring down the next heel. And we continue rotating forward on that side until the next step. And we're constantly cycling left, right, left, right, left, right with the rotation of the waist. And that is guiding the arm swing, which you will notice will be forward on the side of the leg that is on the ground, because that is how the direction of rotation works. That is how we're applying the rotation of the upper waist to our movement. But the waist also includes the lower abs. The lower abs have a direct movement they're trying to do, and that is tucking the pelvis on the side of the leg that is on the ground. So as my left heel touches down, triggered by the rotation from the left upper waist. Once the heel hits, now I use my left lower abs to tuck the pelvis under as I shift the weight forward, and that keeps the pelvis in a neutral position, stabilizing it and moving in the exact opposite rotation from the upper waist, keeping me facing forward until I place the next heel and then tuck on the right and reduce or release the tuck on the left. If we want to walk in a circle, we are sometimes going to be turning the upper and lower waist in the same direction. Now the upper waist turning to the right and the lower abs turning to the right and tucking to neutralize the right side of the pelvis before we do the swing through. So there are different combinations of rotation that we are using from the upper and lower waist, depending on whether we're walking forward, we're walking backward, or we're walking in a circle. But there is constant rotation, and that rotation is what is important, not contraction or tightening of the muscles.